Welcome, everyone, to our Tuesday recap of Army Navy weekend and the start of the bowl and week 15 of the NFL. We're going to have some college bowl games tomorrow and Thursday that we're going to talk about. Maybe a little look ahead to the college football playoff to start the week. Shout out to Better app. Go ahead and download the app. Use promo code Not Broke to get your $10 to $200 back on any first bet that you lose. Nico, there was a bowl game on Saturday. I don't know if you knew this.
There was
Boise.
actually, and I just took a look at it actually per se. No wonder that line grew so much. Everyone from Washington ended up playing.
Yes, they did. They ended up playing. Which I mean, that was gonna actually great segue because it's actually one of the things I want to talk about. How tomorrow we were looking at South Florida Old Dominion and both quarterbacks are out, and it's such a hard time to navigate, lines and who's playing in the bowl game, who's not playing in the bowl game, who's coaching in the bowl game, who's not coaching in the bowl game. It's definitely been tough on bettors how to handle the actual bowl season, you would say.
Yeah, man. I mean, you alluded to, I think it was last recap that you and I did, that you used to like look forward to bowl games, like in the sense like
Correct.
like I guess like I don't know, bowl games I don't think has ever been this like they were big probably like when I was like 12 to 18, but ever since I got into college, I feel like people have been opting out like crazy because I was middle of COVID. So bowl games were never really big. I could say like that big during my lifetime. Actually, fun fact.
Yeah, I mean, I used to look forward to bowl games. I used to look forward to, watching football in the middle of the day on a Thursday or on a Friday, on a Tuesday. It didn't matter. There was a football game going on and they were competitive.
Right.
And now it's just that uncertainty as to what the heck, who's going to play.
Right.
And then you see it in lines. I mean, we talked about Old Dominion in South Florida. That line opened up at 7. Now that line's at 2.
With both starters being out, as you alluded to.
With both starters being out, and you think you have a play on it, but then when you start looking up research and you start realizing that, all right, are we really going to bet on backup to the backups? I mean,
right.
We bet on preseason NFL, so why not?
Yeah,
because we're sick over here.
Summer League hoops. I've done that a couple times.
So
Summer League hoops a little too much because we would at preseason NFL. We'd be in training camp, and that's how we would get our fixes in.
That's crazy. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Just to touch up on, obviously, you had Washington belt to ass on Boise, 38-10. It seemed like everyone for Washington played. I mean, that's a good tell for next season, I would say.
Well, so they have their starting running back, John Coleman. He's 50-50 on coming back. And then their starting receiver, Denzel Boston's probably going to go to the NFL. But that quarterback they have is very good.
Yeah. And him returning is great news for them. Yep. Obviously can propel them to a good season next season. That's a good tell for the following season as who stayed to play in the bowl game, who stayed coaching and stuff like that.
And the fact that they retained Jedd Fisch, that's how you say it, yeah. After he's a Florida alumni, that job was open, they didn't take him. Now with the Michigan job, you never know, but if the Michigan rumblings are true, let's see who takes the Bama job.
That it seems like Caitlin DeBoer is the one that's headed to Michigan, huh?
They're saying him and Dillingham, but Dillingham's been like very firm on he's an Arizona State guy. But I think the Wemby's so good at basketball. Wow. I think if these guys throw the kitchen sink at him, I don't know how he doesn't leave. That their resources and their funding and their NIL stuff between Portnoy and the Amazon people is just crazy.
Much better than Bama, you think?
I was talking about Kenny Dillingham with Arizona State.
Okay.
Yeah. I think with Bama, I think it's you have the booster money there in Michigan State, and then you have Bama, which also has booster money, but not to that degree, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it feels like Michigan, they're going to give you everything. You know,
Yeah.
you have an open checkbook to be able to compete against Ohio State year in, year out.
I know Andy called it a while back. If it happens, do you think Saban goes back to Bama, or do you think Bama?
I think Saban's happy making his
Me too.
money. I
He's
mean,
his contract's crazy.
yeah, it's nobody's even near that. So
Right.
if I mean, I could see it because these guys are fiends. And I could see how they miss it, and the 120-hour work weeks, like they miss it for somehow. I heard Mario Cristobal the other day say that what's Christmas? He doesn't believe in Christmas because he's
Right.
got to go look at recruits and this and that.
Right.
And you think about it, and you're like, shit, you know. But who knows, man? I mean, if that Bama job opens up, who do you think becomes a favorite there?
I think everybody would flock to Saban initially. I think initially he would be the odds-on
Of
favorite.
course.
I think if it's too late in the cycle, believe it or not, I think there's a small part of me that thinks he would coach it for a year, like an interim type of thing. I think there's a small little part of me that thinks so.
That would be crazy.
I think you have to throw everything at Dan Lanning one more time. I know it didn't work the first time, but you try. You try again.
Of course.
You try Lincoln Riley again. People are saying Lane's going to jump LSU, but I can't see it happening.
No. I can't see that happen. That'd be insane if he jumps LSU. That would be crazy. So, all right. What else did I want to get to? Okay. So a little Army Navy. I mean, I love watching Army Navy. Usually it's the only football game during that week. They had a few FCS championship games, and obviously they had the bowl game at night. But Army Navy is always fun to watch. Makes me feel very patriotic.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're like proud to be an American watching that game, and you look at the Army, the cadets dressed up, and the shipmen dressed up in their uniforms, like in the stands, and you're like, yo, this is cool.
Yeah, it's dope. I played a couple. I could say I played a couple cadet schools. So I played Norwich, was like one of the biggest ROTC programs in the country. I played the Coast Guard Academy, and I played Merchant Marine in college. So that was always pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I would say that. So yeah, I mean, obviously you got your typical tight game. I think it's like, 11 of the last 12 has finished by 7 or less.
Yep.
Last year. Navy routed them, but aside from that, it's been a close game. I'm pretty sure you were on Army plus the 7, or were you on the under?
I liked the over initially, but it missed.
I had the under. That was the only play of. It's Army Navy's an auto take under. It feels like.
I just felt like this year, like the offenses were actually pretty good. But again, like when you're running so much, that clock's just gonna milk and milk.
It just milks.
Yeah.
They had going into the half, they each had 2 possessions. And like you think about it that way, and you're like, and I want to say that Army scored in 3 of them. They were up 13-7 or something like that at the half. So just because of the way that they run the ball and the way that they have their offenses, it's definitely going to be a minimal possession game.
Correct.
Is the correct way to say it. All right. Also Saturday, I cashed an $800 ticket
with
dope. Our Miami homegrown Fernando Mendoza winning the Heisman. Took him at plus 800, right around the time Mateer went down. And I thought I had great value up until that, up until the moment.
Yep.
Super happy for the Miami kid. Seems to be he's going to be a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
think
like. Right now, I think the Giants would end with 1, so I don't think he'll go 1. Obviously, it's going to be Arvell Reese. But I think the first team available. I mean, right now the Raiders have 2. I think if he goes to the Raiders, that'd be a pretty dope situation for him. With Genty, and I think they could make it work and whatnot. But I just don't want him on the Jets. Like as a Miami kid, as a Florida Fire kid, like I don't want him on the Jets.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know, man. I think it's kind of crazy what happened, like with the Pavila stuff. I know we were talking about.
Oh my God, I mean, I didn't look much into it, but I did kind of see how he was like saying F Indiana
That's,
and
like that was on a sign at a club. Like I don't know how I feel about that. It just looks
I
like,
mean
and then he put on his Instagram post like F all the voters. Like, buddy, you're not coming
that
back to
too.
college. I don't think that's the best way to get attentions from the NFL. I would
I
say.
was exactly. I will say like I mean, you got to understand that is he playing the bowl game? He probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to think that your career in college is done. You're not a kid anymore. You're probably 20, 21 years old.
Right.
Um, you gotta start planning for your future. And believe it or not, all these teams they watch all of this,
Everything.
and they see what you're
Everything.
doing, and they don't want their franchise quarterback to be acting that way. Is the truth.
No, I don't think he's a
So,
franchise. Like, but I think he's worthy of a draft pick.
but you think that people just draft him to hope for him to be
No,
a backup quarterback?
no,
They
no, no.
draft him with the hope
No, but
of
like for
being.
example, like Will Howard, okay, went to the Steelers in the 5th round per se. You draft Will
Mhm.
Howard as he's a backup. If we develop him right and he gets some playing time, then maybe we'll see what he can turn into. Like I think it's one of those late round QBs that you draft him as okay. Let's see what goes on here, but I know if we put him in the game, he won't kill us.
He's 23, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's identical to Will Howard did last year. Obviously,
Yeah,
Will Howard was an upscale human being, but
correct.
and I liked it. Sucks, man. I like Pablo's story coming from New Mexico, being an unranked kid. Like I like those stories. Like he's a Latin American, just like Fernando, but I don't
I
know.
know.
It's just like sucks, man. Sucks when you see like he's trying to take the Johnny Manziel thing to like a new like height. Like
Correct.
we'll only ever have one Johnny Football. Johnny Football will
Correct.
probably be the only person in history that could go in college, party with Drake in the middle of the week in Vegas, and walk out and go win a football game.
Correct. Yeah, that's you're absolutely right. No, I was listening to a podcast from Johnny Football, and he was saying how he flew to New York just for a night, and he had to fly back in the middle of the night just to make practice at six a.m. like
So gangster.
in Cleveland. That's so crazy,
So
and he was
gangster.
able to do it, which
There's
is
stories that Lane
insane.
Kiffin used to have to get his assistants at Texas A&M to go wake him up in the morning of game days because he was too drunk from the night before.
Wow, and he
Yeah.
still performed.
I
All right,
just-
let's jump a little. A lot
I
happened
do
in
want
the
to talk
end.
about that. I know you're hosting and whatnot. I just want to say something. I don't know if you've been on top of like the transfer portal in the QBs market.
I have I
We've
have
had
not.
a bunch of good QBs transfer.
Okay, but do they know where they're going?
No, that's what I want to get into. Shoresby from Cincinnati, who had a great year, he's entered the portal. Dylan Raiola entered the portal from
I
Nebraska.
heard he's
The
going to
kid
go to
from
Texas Tech.
the kid from North Texas. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I don't want to botch it.
Metzenberg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Metzenberger. Yeah, him. And then Lagway and Sam Levitt from Arizona State. So those are 5 big time quarterbacks in the portal. And funny enough,
Yeah,
DJ Lagway is the worst of those 5.
he is. Absolutely. I would love to see the North Texas kid in the Shannon Dawson offense.
I want to see
Would
Dylan Raiola. I want to see Dylan Raiola.
really? I think he goes to Texas Tech.
No,
This
they're
guy's
saying they're
following.
out. They're saying right now the front runner's Oregon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
I can see
saying
that.
this kid to LSU. They're saying Chambliss to LSU, Levitt if my lava leaves from USC to USC, Raiola to Oregon, the kid you just said, what's his name?
Metzenberg?
Mettenberger or whatever his name is, either to Oklahoma State to fall as QB or Indiana. And then they're saying Lagway to Baylor. I'm pretty sure.
I heard that Lagway to Baylor.
Yeah.
And Miami's nowhere there?
Not for the Lagway, but he's getting thrown in the mix with Levitt and Raiola.
Okay. All right. I don't
I'll
love
take
Raiola.
Levitt or Raiola in a heartbeat.
I would take Levitt. And I'd take the North Texas kid, honestly. So, We'll see. I mean, this is the fun part about. I
Yeah,
will say that
yeah.
this is the fun part about transfer portal and college football. I just wish they can figure out the calendar, just so that it
So
makes sense.
I agree. And I had this talk with my head coach, my offensive coordinator, who's actually now at the University of Miami. When he was my offensive coordinator at Catholic, he said the first thing he would do would get a commissioner.
Yeah,
That has to
everybody's
be
been
the
saying
first
that.
thing. Would be that, and he said the perfect dude to do it would be Nick Saban, but obviously he's not going to do it. But he said that's who his ideal commissioner would be, and this is like 3 years ago. And then he said the next thing that needs to happen is the first signing day, December signing day, has to be either pushed to the beginning of the season or eliminated completely.
Yeah, I agree. You have people in the middle of a bowl game, in the middle of competing for a national championship, and having to, to opt out. Like, I forgot it was a coach. It was a coach. I think it was Dillingham. TJ Finley heading back to Auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could do better than that. Um, Worse than shooter Sanders, a term of human beings. Yep, I would agree with that too. um, Lost my train of thought, but anyways,
Coach,
I do.
bowl game up
Oh,
and out.
yes, they asked like I think it was Dillingham that they asked him about the opt outs, and he's like, I don't care, they could come practice with us anyways. And
Really, he's a
yeah,
baller,
yeah,
though, man.
and I was like, whoa, like that's pretty dope. If I was a coach, and you're transferring out, I'm telling you to
Yeah,
go hit the turf bike, buddy. You're
yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna practice here. You're not gonna use my facilities. You're not gonna get better on my dime while you're gonna leave here. But I guess Dillingham's a better man than I am. so yeah. So let's talk. Let's get a little bit into the NFL. It was actually a huge day for the NFL.
Yeah, man.
Both
Wow.
good and bad. Let's go to the biggest story. Kansas City is
Yes.
not making the
Yes.
Super Bowl
Evan
this year.
called me to make sure that I was not crying.
Yeah. If there's a season for it to happen, I guess it was good that it happened this season for Mahomes. It's I don't want to say a wasted year. But I mean, if you weren't going to qualify for the playoffs. So what were you really going to do the last 5 games of the season? That team has played more games than anyone else
In a 7 year span.
in a 7-year span. I'm assuming their bodies are just exhausted. Like, I'd shut down Kelsey for the rest of the year. I'd shut down
He's
Chris
retiring, though.
Jones. Do you think so? I had this conversation with a buddy of mine that's a KC fan, and I told him, I was like, I don't think he'd want to, like, the way Travis Kelsey works, bro. I don't think he wants to retire now. Like,
He was
if
pretty
you would have
adamant
told
on
me,
it before the season.
I know, but obviously all
And
of this
remember,
happened.
his brother retired post a Super Bowl loss, too. Remember that also.
I know, but I guess they're done. Like, he's over
They're
it.
making millions of dollars off of that podcast they're doing.
Yeah. It helps too that he's getting married to the biggest pop star in
The
history of the world.
I don't know about the history of the world, but there's two that come to mind that are called
Money wise, yes.
I could make that argument, and I won't be saying anything else.
All right. I mean, she's a billionaire. Like,
I think I could make a fair argument.
Okay. So I don't think he retires. If you ask me, I think he gives it one more year. I don't think he wants this year to finish this way. I think that he'd want his last touchdown to be from Mahomes, or his last catch to be from Mahomes. And, if he finishes off this year, that won't happen, obviously. But if I was the Chiefs, I'd shut them down, or at least limit them.
Okay, so because we're on Chiefs talk, Chiefs are $40 million in the hole, and that scares the piss out of me. Like, they're $40 million over the cap. So you got to do something.
Yeah.
That's where the first problem is, because you can't, like, that team isn't good enough. Like, I saw it, you saw it, the world saw it. They're not good enough.
I agree. The problem is that you keep getting the 29th pick overall or the 30th pick overall every year, and
pick overall.
you have to hit on it.
We
You
hit
have
on
to
it.
hit on it.
You hit on Josh Simmons. You hit on Karlaftis before the re-sign. Karlaftis was very good. You hit on McDuffie. You hit on a bunch of guys. You hit on Xavier Worthy, to me. But I think the biggest problem is your right tackle sucks. Jawan Taylor's led the NFL in penalties 3 years in a row. That offensive line subpar. Josh Simmons was a rookie. You have no run game. You and me have had talks about that ad nauseum about the run game.
Yeah, their run game is horrible.
And what has that D-line done this year?
It has no pressure. I've said this several times. I felt like Spags wasn't as aggressive as a play caller that he's been in the past.
Yeah.
I
don't think he trusted the corners at all. They're all young.
I agree. I think it's more of a him not trusting the corners and leaving them on an island, as opposed to just sitting in a zone how he has been doing.
Right.
You know, I think back to that Denver game and that 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 11, whatever it was, that Bo Nix had all day to throw. Like, that's not Spags. Like, you know, Spags usually sends 5, 6 there and makes you make a crazy throw, you know? But yeah, I mean, obviously the Chiefs have a lot of work to do. I mean, it's one of those things, I think, in the sports that you need to hit a reset button and, you know, like take a step back and, you know, it's good. It's good. This is going to be good for them. I think this is going to be good for them.
Gives me, as crazy as it sounds, the only thing that gives me like clarity, like not clarity, what's the word? Like tranquility, I guess. Oh, also, before anything else, if Matt Nagy is not fired the first day after the season, Andy Reid doesn't go back to play calling duties, I'm buying a Jordan Love jersey. Matt Nagy is fucking awful, and I'm using that word.
Great segue.
Also, you have to. Wow, I just lost my train of thought. Mahomes. Oh, the only tranquility I have is that he got hurt the same year Brady got hurt. His 9th year.
Yes, that is true.
Now you can segue.
Goat be doing goat things. Speaking of Jordan Love, wow, that game was crazy. I looked at the game. They're up 23-14. I blinked. They're losing 26-34. I don't know what happened. I went to take the kids to take a picture with Santa, and and I missed it. I did hear that Micah Parsons obviously tore his ACL.
Christian Watson fucked up his shoulder again, I'm pretty sure.
I would say probably preseason, probably beginning of the season, I thought the Packers were the favorites. Obviously, with all the injuries, it's tough to put them up there. I will say that the Rams probably look like the favorites. That team is just – they just beat up on the Lions. I mean, the Lions scored, and then they just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. I mean, I would love to see a Rams-Bills Super Bowl. That would be my prediction. Rams-Bills Super Bowl. Yeah. That's who I would want to see in the Super Bowl.
I would love to see the Jordan Love. Like, I just like the Packers, like, as a team. And I
agree.
I think I just feel a little biased because I have a buddy that plays on Packers.
I just think that the Packers need better receiving depth, you know, and with Kraft going down,
that's a big loss, by the way. That's a big
loss. Of course. I mean, Josh Jacobs is a monster. He's been carrying that run game for him since he went over there from Vegas. But I feel like Watson, Dobbs, Reed isn't enough.
Wicks.
I feel like they need a guy. I think they're a guy away.
I think he's just so banged up, but I think Jaden Reed is that guy. Like, I really do think he's that guy.
He just doesn't get on the field enough.
He's just hurt all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, this weekend he was making plays. But I think Christian Watson does help him out a lot with that deep threat, like that, like the ball, like the fly go threat. Because, like, you saw, like, they want to keep on taking shots to him. Funny enough, that pick actually changed the game. Patrick Surtain's pick changed that game completely. Yeah. I also think, like, I know you just said the Bills, I think Denver's legit too, man.
No, listen, Denver. The problem with the Bills is the Bills' defense is horrible.
Yeah.
Me and you can score on that defense. That defense is not very good. It's just Josh Allen is just it's literally beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
There's no other way to say it. Like the way that guy puts his team on his back and just he keeps coming and no homo and he keeps coming and it's just impressive. I mean, bro, you're playing in New England. You're down 21-0. Like everyone.
That's great coaching.
Portnoy comes out saying that, the New England's back to its dominance and this and that. And you start looking on Twitter and you're like, oh my God, this guy's down 21-0 in New England. Like there's no shot. And it didn't phase him, bro. Didn't phase him. You gave him an opportunity and he just scored every single drive after that.
I have to say, though, Doug McDermott and Joe Brady had a great game plan, man. They never stayed away from it. And I have to give credit there. Like, what the Bills do better than everybody, they're going to run the ball. Obviously, we all know that. But what they do on play action is great, like with Kincaid.
Well, because they run the ball so well.
Yep.
So it helps their play action. And Josh Allen is that dude. I'm sorry. Josh Allen is that dude. I would have loved to talk about Ravens and Bengals with Lewis here, with that emotional ass bet that he had with the Bengals. Truth is I have a feeling that Joe Burrow is not going to have a very long career.
It sounds like he's on this Andrew Luck trajectory.
Correct.
Which sucks. Very good, like comp actually.
No, it's a very good comp. I agree with you. It just sucks though because I think he's so talented. And I would love to see him, duke it out with Allen and Mahomes for the next 10 years. But it doesn't seem like that's
Lamar.
Lamar's got to win a big game, bro. I got to see him win a big game. I've seen
Lazo clip all this. This is short right here. This is what we need. Go on a Lamar rant. Go. Tell me why Lamar is the fourth.
Listen.
Why is Lamar Jackson the fourth best quarterback in the NFL? Why is he under Joe Burrow and Josh Allen?
Because he can't win the big game. Because he hasn't won the big game. Because his throwing accuracy is not great. Because between the ears, he's not great. Now what he could do with his legs is better than anyone. Almost as
the best ever.
Yes, Josh Allen is doing the same thing, but I would say that he is. I would say that and Lamar has the arm strength. Obviously, Lamar has a cannon.
Yeah.
But he doesn't make the right decisions. He's gonna fumble a ball. He's gonna throw a pick.
He's always gonna give you one.
He's always gonna give you
quarterback. Always gonna give you one.
Correct. And I listen. I would want nothing more than to see Lamar win one. Obviously, South Florida kid. Obviously the Ravens are always close and dear to Hurricane fans because of Ed Reed, and so you always root for the Ravens in the back of your mind. So you kind of want Lamar to succeed, but I just can't see it. I just show me that you can win the big one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the truth is,
listen, he had the Chiefs in the playoffs, AFC Championship game, and they folded like a lot. Like that chair that. Ladder isn't there anymore, but like a lawn chair, like they folded.
Yep. And some would say that Josh Allen is the same thing. Josh Allen hasn't won the big game either. I think he has. I just think he hasn't beaten Mahomes in the playoffs. This is what it is. It's at the end of the day.
I won't forget it. Last year, what round it was. I think it was the AL. We were at World, so probably like a year ago to a month. Like a year ago, more or less, probably in a month. It was Baltimore Bills, and you were like, "I'm taking Baltimore. I don't care. I don't care what the line is. Blah blah blah. They're gonna beat Buffalo in Buffalo," and they did it. Well, Buffalo came out and won that game. Obviously, there are Mark Andrews.
We blame Mark Andrews there. We blame Mark Andrews with a 2-point drop.
Right, but still, they still as a team, as a collective effort, didn't walk in there and beat them.
I agree. I'm with you. I want to see Lamar win one. I I got to see it. I got to see him get it done. He hasn't gotten it done. So, but yeah, I mean, I will say this is probably the most open the NFL has been in years past. You kind of felt that it was always KC and the Eagles. You thought Detroit would be there. You got surprised last year by Washington, beat them.
Which, wow, that has to be the biggest fall down this year.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That is crazy. I thought that they would be better than the Eagles. I thought they would be competing for the NFC championship, but you got teams like on the NFC, you have teams like, give me a second.
Seattle.
I mean, that's another one. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's the best regular season player probably in history. Okay, here we go. Rams, Bears, Eagles, Tampa Bay, Seattle, San Francisco, Green Bay, Detroit. I mean, that's stacked. I mean, to me, the Rams look better than everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think this all changed with the Micah injury.
Yes, I agree. If I had to pick,
obviously Stafford has that like it factor, like that. I don't think I'll lose with Stafford. But when Jordan Love's playing quarterback, you always think you have a shot too. He's that big arm. He makes throws that you see though that you're like, oh crap, like that. No.
Is it me or he has no zip on his ball? He has more touch.
I think he decides to layer off the ball.
I think he throws the ball with a lot of touch.
Yeah, but I think I'm almost positive there was a report in Packers camp one day that he says he throws the ball too hard.
I mean, watching him this year, it seems like he throws the ball a lot with a lot of touch. And
the guy's a gun.
I mean, yeah.
Like he has like Baker, Stafford, Mahomes, Allen type of arm.
Yeah. What do you tell me about this Bears team? This Bears team right now is currently second in the NFC.
I don't know what to make of them.
They got a big game.
Like I just hate like. Okay, I'll put it to you this way. I hate saying they beat up on bad teams, Chicago, but then I want to take, and I think they're good, but I want to take the Packers. How does that make sense?
I mean, I'm probably going to be on the Bears plus 1.5 on Saturday.
In the revenge spot, right?
Yes.
Right.
At home.
That makes sense to me.
And that's probably for the division right there.
Must-win game, 100%, all that stuff, right? Everything tells me to take Chicago. But I can't with confidence say take Chicago. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, of course not. I mean, yeah,
Caleb Williams in their first matchup threw under 50% completion percentage.
Yeah, I see him scramble a lot and just throw the ball away all the time.
Another guy with a cannon.
Yes, very naturally gifted.
But I don't know. I mean, this is a good slate of games. Another good slate of games we have. We have that game. We have on Thursday night, Rams versus Seahawks.
Who do you like there?
Rams.
You like the Rams minus 1.5 at the Seahawks?
For now, let me see what they say about Devontae on Thursday. If Devontae's hurt and won't play, then I'll be on Seattle.
I think
one of these two games, they're both the first games of the week. One of them, the home team's going to win, and one of them, the away team will win. Just which one?
Really? Both home teams are dogs. Both home teams lost their previous matchup. Both home teams didn't play well, had a chance to win the game on away. Right. And now they're both home, and they're both 1.5 favorites. I mean, dogs. I think you have value by taking Seattle.
I don't disagree. I just think that I think Vegas won't give two games.
No, I get that. Of course, I get exactly what you're saying. Short week, I'd probably take the home team.
I have more confidence taking Seattle than I do Chicago.
I agree with you. I don't think Sam Darnold's going to throw 5 picks again, if I'm being honest.
I think that defense is going to show up again. And I think if Devontae Adams hurt, that's going to hurt him a lot.
Yep. Puka is a stud, though. Wow.
Is Puka top 5?
Right now? Yes.
Yeah. 5.
Yeah. 5. Yeah. Believe it or not, obviously Chase Jefferson, even though Jefferson, I feel bad for him. He doesn't have a quarterback, but
Jay-Z's playing well.
you
Relax.
JSN is top
Right.
5 as well.
Those are the 3 I had. Offer it. I have CD.
Offer it.
I have CD.
CD. You know, CD doesn't do much for me.
I think he's very good at football.
Listen. I agree with you. I don't think
Right.
he's. I'd put Puka ahead of him.
Okay, so I have CD and then Puka / Amon-Ra.
Oof. Yeah, I'm putting Amon-Ra before CD.
And then, believe it or not, healthy. I think both of them are behind Malik Neighbors. As crazy as it sounds.
I gotta see Malik Neighbors with a healthy Jackson Dart.
Because Malik Neighbors is a stud.
Yeah, I agree. So, all right. So, let's look at. You want to take a peek at
I do have one
football?
thing. Before we get into college football, we won't spend too much time, but I don't know if you know the stat, but I believe it's the last 12 or the last 24. Since there's a certain number, or maybe since 04, I forgot what it was, that college basketball teams ranked in the top 12 of the Week 6 AP poll have gone on to win the national championship.
Whoa. That's Did you hit your UConn first half?
Yes, I did.
You did by 1?
It was 8.5. They won by 12 in the first half.
by yeah.
Many college basketball teams have won, being ranked. Week 6 AP. For a second, I just want to be accurate with the statistic. Over the last 2 decades, 100% of men's college basketball national championships have been ranked in the top 12. So since 2004, they've been ranked in the top 12 of the Week 6 AP. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go down the Week 6 AP poll, and you're gonna tell me real quick a synopsis on this team, and if you think they can win the national championship. You ready?
Okay.
Arizona.
Yes.
I agree. Michigan.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Duke. Yes.
Yes.
Iowa State.
Definitely think Iowa State. Iowa State is so complete.
They are. I love their point. He might be the most underrated player in the country. Lipsy, the little number 3 they have, he's very good. And Milocic, I like him a lot too. UConn.
Yeah.
Purdue.
Yeah. I mean, they can win it, but I don't think they will win it. I would say no.
Gonzaga.
No, that's another team that can't win the big one.
Houston.
Yeah, every year I feel like their team is better than last year, and I'm like, okay, this is the year they get over the hump. Yeah. They can't get closer than what they did last year. So
the only way to get closer is to win the whole thing.
Correct. So yes, I would say that yes.
I've agreed with you on all of them except for Michigan so far. Michigan State.
No.
I agree. BYU.
I can't name you a player on BYU, if I'm being honest.
Devonta.
They're actually playing right now. They're up 20 at the half.
Yeah. I don't think BYU can win the whole thing.
No.
And then the last 2 are Louisville and Alabama, which I would expect you to say no and no to.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think Duke's the favorite right now, or you think it's Arizona?
I think it's Arizona. But I can't put it past Duke. Like Duke plays at Texas Tech this weekend, which is going to be hard for me not to pick Texas Tech. But I mean, Duke's won everywhere, man. They won at Michigan State.
That was a big win.
They beat Florida. They beat Texas, Kansas. You know, they got good. They beat Arkansas. They got good wins, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
mean,
I
but
think it's going to be tough to beat them this year. But I
who,
said that
Duke?
last year.
Yeah, but Duke should have won that game.
That was
It should have won.
horrifying.
Yeah, that is horrible.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to touch up on a little college football? We're gonna leave that for Friday's show.
I think we should leave that for the Friday show. I was
I
just gonna
agree.
recap real quick, just to end off the show. I was just gonna recap on a couple of the picks we talked about already, just to let people know where lines stand since we first talked about them.
Okay.
I'm pulling it up now, but I know, for example, Clemson got all the way up to 5 as of today. I don't know if it went back down, but it was at 5 last time I saw it today.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. So a line that I talked about early, which was Miami, Texas A&M, I had it at 52.5. It's now down to 50.5.
Mm-hmm. I see a lot of places with 3 on it.
With a solid 3?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I see plus 3.5 minus 120.
And you have it what, plus 4 or plus 4.5?
I got it at plus 4.
Okay. So right there, lines moving towards our way. Then here we go. You have, was it New Mexico, Minnesota, or am I making that up?
Hey, you're making that. I think I had Minnesota.
Clemson's back down to 3.5, just to give you an idea as of today.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, there's news today on that game. I'll tell you right now what my source is.
Pitt is up to an 8.5 point favorite. They moved up from 4.5.
So it said buy back on Penn State at plus 3.5, off the game completely.
Wow,
that was what my guy sent me.
That means they're getting a lot of players.
Mm-hmm. The games that I've taken so far is ECU plus 4.5.
That game is now up to 8.5. Just to give you an idea.
ECU plus 8.5.
Yes, their QB went into the portal, so he's out.
I got a horrible line then.
Yep.
All right, I got Oklahoma plus 1.5.
You're still at the same line, which is a crazy play, but okay.
Hawaii plus 2.5.
I'm scrolling all the way down to that one right now.
Yeah, that's on.
What did you get Wake at?
Plus 2.5.
It's at 4 now.
Plus 4.5.
Plus 4 solid.
Wake plus 4.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So didn't beat the line.
Yeah. You might have crazy arbitrage here.
Yep. Illinois plus 3.5.
Wait.
Now I'm like scared.
Hawaii, what did you have Hawaii at?
2.5 plus 2.5. Yeah.
Okay, it's at plus 1 now.
All right. Oof. I beat one line.
Okay.
I got Illinois plus 3.5.
Who do they play?
I'll tell you now. Tennessee.
What do you have them at?
3.5.
Okay, you got that one.
Where's it at now?
2.5.
Okay. What about Western Kentucky over 55?
Good. 57.5 now.
All right. So I'm batting like 500 right now.
You're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Utah team total over 31.
Not out yet.
That's so. All right, my boy. Well,
all right. That's it. We will be back Friday to look at all the playoff games.
Yeah. College football playoffs will be on Friday, Saturday this week. Obviously, big game for our boys. Big matchup Friday night. I'm super pissed off that UM game's at 12 but
yep.
I'm gonna have to take a TV or something out there to DD. Got to do something. All right. So like and subscribe to our videos. Hit us up on the DM for the VIP plays. And any closing comments, sir?
Yeah. Are you on Knicks or Spurs?
I took the Spurs +3. And you?
Money line of the Knickerbockers.
I mean, it's a scary play for the Spurs just because it felt like the whole world was on the Spurs.
Yeah.
That's the Wemby.
The 100%. I mean, I think Wemby's a top 5 player in the NBA. So we don't have to start.
I agree.
We don't have to start my Wemby talk. How much I love that guy. But
No.
I am ready to start pushing crazy narratives about Cooper Flag, and people aren't ready for those yet.
42 points yesterday.
Top 10 player in the world already. But we don't have to get into that
Christ. Yet. No, we're not going to get into
nasty narratives here. Actually, put me on the crossover with 10-day. You know? But no, Wemby's incredible, and I think the Spurs and the Thunder are going to be like the people running the show for a while here.
It seems like it. It seems like it. I mean, the East is super weak. I would say, I mean,
if the Knicks can't get it done this year, then New York will never get it done. That I will.
I agree. I agree with you. If I were them, I mean, I heard that they're in the Giannis sweepstakes. I'd go all in.
Okay, last thing. What do you trade for him? They have no picks. They trade all of it for Mikhail and Carl.
I mean, you give him Cat. Obviously. Okay. You give him Cat, and you give him probably some young guys.
Fine.
And then you
have no spacing then.
Yeah, you do. You got Mikhail shoots, Brunson shoots, OG shoots. That's it. I mean, but that's all you need. You have Mitch to protect the paint.
No, Mitch and Giannis protecting the paint. No one's scoring a bucket.
No, I agree. I think you got to go for it. I mean, obviously,
I think if they were to get Giannis, they would be obviously. I think the Spurs and the Thunder are the two best defensive teams. Funny enough, but I think they would be right there of them because you have Brunson the shooter.
I just can't stand Mike Brown.
OG, Mikhail, and Giannis playing defense with Mitch in the paint would be crazy.
I agree 100%. If I'm the Knicks, I go all in. I figure out a way to do it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm the Heat, I do it. You know, I try and I go get Giannis.
I want John Morant.
I want John Morant too. I told my buddy that I'd take John Morant just because I feel like I could get him cheap and I don't have to give up Hero, Yakis, a bunch of the young guys. I think, you know, with Ja, you could probably get a salary filler, some expiring like Wiggins, and then a few, you know, maybe one pick, and they'll take them.
I'm in. Like I'll be the one to hand deliver him to 11.
Correct.
This person right here.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like if you take a stab at Ja, it'll be cheap, and you could kind of keep Bam, Hero, Powell, your young guys. If you go for Giannis, you lose Kalel, you lose Triple J, you lose Jovic, you lose Hero probably, and maybe even Wiggins too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you have to give up all that. It's wild.
Yeah. That is crazy, but that's what they're gonna do.
Bueno.
So, all right, my boys, take it easy. What do you want to see, dude? Say good night.
Bye, Doug.
All right, my boy, take it easy. See you Friday.
See ya. Peace.